Hello everyone, this is Michelle at michellesizemore.com, and that's Michelle with one L in my link. I'm a Creative Memories Advisor, and today you'll learn how to make this double page spread using the Adventure Parks collection. I also used black cardstock, red and gold cardstock, blue cardstock, and then everything else was from the Adventure Parks collection. Now the first thing I want to show you how to make is this border right here. So I'm going to set this aside and grab the stuff I used to make this project. It's all right here in this clear folder that opens at the top. This is great for everything you need to make one project. You could also put photos in here. It's photo safe. It's acid-free, lignin-free, PVC-free, and all those things to keep your photos safe. So it's a great place to you could organize this. You could put your stuff in here and use those old power layout boxes. Well, they're not old. We still have them. And stack them. And so just have an envelope for every page. That's another idea for these. But okay, here we go. You take everything out. And the first thing I want to do is cut a strip of cameras with the Border Maker system. I'm going to use this scrap piece of paper. So I'm going to use this side since it's a clean edge. And sorry, I grabbed the wrong thing. I'm going to use my Border Maker system and the Shutter Love Border Maker cartridge that's in there. So to get that out of there, just because I'm going to show you how to install this, press this button and then just give it a gentle nudge from the bottom with your thumb. And to put it back in, you just put your cartridge in like this with these two metal pieces sticking out. And then that's how it's ready to use. So we're going to open up the paper tray holder from the bottom, open up the magnetic arm, put your piece with a straight edge in here and line it up with all the edges of your paper tray holder, and close the magnetic arm, and then close the tray holder by plopping it in place underneath. And then you put your cardstock right here to use this. And you start from the bottom, or I do. You don't have to start from the bottom, but put your cardstock in here. Put your notches so that they match up here, and punch. And when your notches match up in there, everything fits together underneath. And then you just gently pull it up, plop it back in place to where your notches match, and go all the way down doing that. And that's how you get your 12-inch strip of cameras and hearts. Okay? Look how cute that is. Now, I look at this and I save my scraps. You can use, or not all of them, sometimes you can use the hearts. You can use these for like little smiley faces. You could use these to cut them off and maybe string them together and make a banner. So those are worth saving, but a lot of them I would throw away. Honestly, I even saved these because these, if this was green, it would make a great flower stem, or if it was red, you could cut a piece off and tie it together, make a little red bow. There's all kinds of things you can do with that. But I'm not going to use these today, so I'm going to go ahead and set these aside. And here we go. Get all my scraps out of the way. I also cut a strip of red and yellow cameras. It's over here off to the side. I don't need the actual strip of cameras, but I needed the little hearts that punch out to poke into these little holes of hearts to give it some color. Okay, now I am going to set this aside, and I forgot to pull out this paper right here. I need to look at the underneath. Yeah, let me find this paper in my stash of Adventure Park stuff. Here it is. Great, that was easier to get than I thought. And I want to cut this to 1 3/4 inches, I believe. Let me, well, I'm just going to do it. That's what I think it is. I can't find my ruler at the moment. But let's just do this. Cut a strip. It's this side that I need. Line it up at the 1 3/4 inch mark right here at the top. Make sure it's straight all the way down. Close your arm and cut. And I actually think that's too wide. I think I just did 1 1/4. Let's try that. Sorry, I usually write those measurements down and I just forgot. Okay, girls. Nope, it's 1 1/2. So here we go again. If it doesn't work this time, I'll start over. Okay. That's it. Okay, good deal. Now I'm going to set all this stuff aside. And now I want to put some adhesive on the back of my hearts and cameras. Grab my piece of cardboard because I like to use it when I'm using adhesive. And flip it over, and on the back, just put some repositionable tape runner all the way down. Just kind of be gentle with it because when you have these things that are cut out, they can kind of bend on you just a little bit. And I see this little stray edge right here. I'm going to grab my micro scissors and cut that off. Sometimes that happens at the end. These little scissors are so good for getting around little curves and little intricate pieces. Now I'm happy with that. Okay, so I want to mount this onto this strip right here. Just try to get it in the center horizontally. Press it down. Okay, make it stick. Okay, and then the next thing I need to do, as you can see, this has a decorative edge to it. So I'm going to take a 12-inch strip of black cardstock. First thing I want to do, since this is a scrap piece of paper, I want to get a clean straight edge. There we go. And underneath here, I want to get my, I believe I used the wave blade, which is this green one. Push it out from underneath. Open this up. Take your straight blade out. Put this in curvy side down and close. That's how easy it is to do that. Now I want to cut a strip, an edge with this wavy thing. And I'm just going to, I need it to be kind of skinny. It doesn't have to be exact though, because part of it's going to go up underneath that strip of paper. So let's just line it up at the half inch mark. Okay. So as you can see, this looks like a little wavy edge. So this one is the one I'm going to use, and then this one I just want to cut into a skinny strip. I could have left the wavy blade in there. It doesn't matter because part of it's going to be up underneath, but I just want a skinny strip of this as well. And I'm not even going to measure it because it doesn't matter as long as it's wide enough, like, because part of it's going to be up underneath my border. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my repositionable tape runner, put some in little dabs all the way down this edge, put this right here, and the edge that I put the tape runner on, I'm going to put on top of this black and just let a little bit of it show out past it from underneath to give it that cute little border look. Press it down, make it stick, and do the same thing to the other side. Okay, and here we go. I just think that gives it a cute extra touch. I love all these decorative blades that come with the trimmer. Okay, and I see it doesn't look too great here on the end, so I'm just going to even it up so it looks better. I don't like that black shows out past the edge of that, so I'm going to just ever so slightly cut it. Okay, so that's how you get that. That's how you get this. Okay, and then I just want to go in here and add my red and yellow hearts. So I'm going to grab these that I punched out before. I'm going to just put my thumb on the very edge of this little heart. It is tiny, ever so tiny. Put some tape runner on the back and put this inside where this open heart is. And I'll do a red one as well. Little bit of tape runner there. Stick it down. And then I would go all the way to the edge, yellow, red, yellow, red. And I like that. So this is the finished one. With I need to add a red one here. I think I had one. I think it must have fallen out. Let me add a little bit more. And you can totally do this without adding the color, and rub them well, because so they'll stick in. You could totally do this without adding the colored hearts in there, but I just think it's cute to do that. Okay, so that's how you get your border. And then you want to mount your border on top of this side of the paper. Now this paper is from the Fast to Fab, where you've got the pre-made borders, but I'm going to use this side for this project, and I'm going to go and put some tape on the back. Now, as you can see, y'all, when I put this border on here, this black behind it, I use 2 pieces. And some people look at it and say, well, why did you do that? Why don't you just use 1 piece and measure it? And I say, because I don't want to have to measure it. I just would rather have the freedom to do it, and it doesn't matter how big it is here, you know, to get it exact both ways. So this is what I do. It's just quicker for me. I like it. Okay, so now I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to let a little bit of that yellow show out past the top. This is kind of pretty paper because it looks like camera flashes to me, and there's cameras on here. So just pretend this was finished with the red and the black all the way. And now we can just get to the part where we crop our photos and add the cards and journal boxes. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to show you how to get these 2 things next. This is from the Adventure Parts collection. It is it's from the matte pack, the variety matte pack. And this is a way I would use this. I would cut it in half. Half of it's here and half of it's here, but I did do a little something different to this. So I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm really just going to look at it and do my best. You could measure it if you want to be exactly precise, but I think I'm good here. And I'm just going to cut this in half. I'm good with that. So let me show you what I did different to this. I wanted this to go sideways, and I didn't really like that it was pointy like a banner or a ribbon. So I wanted just horizontal lines this way because I wanted to use it horizontally. So what I chose to do is make a rectangle out of our ruled paper, and I cut it to fit here. So let me show you how I did that. Here's the ruled paper, and it comes in 12 by 12 pieces, but this is a scrap. And I made myself a note to cut it to 4 inches tall, 4 inches wide by 2 3/4 inches tall. And I've already made my marks, but I'll show you how I did the measurements. So this should be 4 inches horizontally. So it's going to line up to the 4 right here. Follow that grid line all the way down. And then I drew my pencil mark, and that is where it's going to cut. It's always going to cut on this little left-hand side dotted line here. That's where the blade comes down. So I just put the line there to double check myself since I was doing a demo. And I'm going to cut that there. And then I'm going to flip it this way, and I'm going to measure it to 2 3/4 inches right there. That's at 2 3/4 inches. Okay, make sure it's straight all the way down, straight across, and cut that. So now I have my little piece that I can use to cover up this ribbon, because I didn't want it to look like a ribbon, and I didn't want it to be vertical. I want it to be horizontal. So it's just like adding some ruled paper on top of your mat to make it do what you want it to do. So I'm going to put that here, and then I added a few little stickers right here and a few little epoxy dots just to make it a little bit cute. So this is the epoxy dots. This comes in the embellishments pack. And then these stickers, I use this red one and this lighter blue one, and did that. So let's put these on. They're just stickers. So this one goes like this. The admit one goes like this. Those I need to cut that just because it has a little bit of blue showing. It's supposed to look like a jagged edge, like a ticket does when you tear it apart, because I actually had to tear it apart, but I didn't want the blue to show. So do that. You could make it come a little bit down below your blue mat there. That's fine. And then just add a few little epoxy dots because I think they're cute. I'm going to add 3. And y'all have heard me say this before, that paper designers say it's always good to have an odd number of embellishments clustered together. It's better than having an even number. And it's just because it supposedly looks better and it's a design thing. And I agree, I admit. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things grouped together right there. So instead of 2 dots, I put 3. So that's why I chose to do that. Then you would just take your black Creative Memories pen. This has a fat side on one side, or let's call it bold, and a skinny side here. I would journal with the skinny side right here. Now, if you wanted to put a title, like right here at the top, you could say 6 Flags Over Georgia in bold. And then in the fine tip, you could write all your memories. So anyway, that's how I got that. So moving along. Well, sorry, I have a mess here. I've got a lot going on. But that's what scrapbookers do. Okay, so here we go. This is my finished page, 2-page layout. So I would mount that here, and I would just put a little repositionable tape runner on every corner and maybe a dot in the middle. I would mount this here, repositionable tape runner every corner, dot in the middle. I would mount my borders up here. So I showed you how to make 1 border. Obviously you duplicate it and make it 2 and put them up here. And then this is where you put your photos. Or this is where I chose to put the photos. You could arrange them however you would like. But all of these photos are 4x6s. So, and they're pretend photos. I know they're not real photos. So basically, I've already cut these cards to 4x6. So I'll show you real quick how I did the black mats. Okay, here we go. Scrap piece of black cardstock. If my photos are 4x6 and I like a skinny mat like this, that means I need to cut my mats to 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So just on 2 sides, you basically add 1/4 of an inch to what your photo was. Your photo was 4x6, so do it 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So let's do that. Let's pull out my arm. Make sure my little foot is open right here, and it is. Okay, I'm going to line it up to 6 1/4 or 6 1/4, which is right there. Okay, it's lined up there. I'm going to cut it 6 1/4. Then I'm going to flip it to the side one way to that way, and then measure it to 4 1/4. Make sure it follows that grid line all the way down and it's straight at the top, and cut. And this should be perfect to mat my photo. It is. So I would add a little bit of repositionable tape runner to the back of my pretend photo, which I did on scrap pieces of cardboard. And I just did that for demo purposes. I wouldn't do that in my regular book because it'd be a real photo. Okay, and there we go. And that's how you mat your photos. So let's look at it one more time. Fun to make, not very hard, not hard at all. Okay. Goodness, girls, I have a big old mess. Okay, here we go. 2-page layout using the Shutter Love Border Maker cartridge with the Border Maker system. 12-inch trimmer with the wave blade. 12-inch trimmer with a straight blade to cut this, and of course to do all my other cuts. This is from the Variety Matte Pack that goes with Adventure Parks. So is this. I added real paper on the top, cut to fit, and these are from the stickers and embellishment pack of Adventure Parks. Thank y'all for watching my video. Well, let me show you. These were the little stickers and embellishments. Sorry you couldn't see that. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.